The courtroom was thick with tension, the kind that presses down on your chest and makes the air hard to breathe. After days of speculation and investigation into the tragic death of Meng, the shocking arrest of the true mastermind, the famous actor who had been lurking in the shadows all along, sent shockwaves through the nation. All prior assumptions were shattered. The woman once branded the mastermind and the 6 accomplices were not the originators of this horror. They were pawns in a meticulously orchestrated scheme. In a chilling confession, the actor detailed his plan, his obsession, and the painstaking cruelty that led to Meng's death. "I watched him every moment," he admitted, voice calm but eyes cold, "and I made sure he would know betrayal in its purest form. It wasn't enough to simply end his life. I wanted him terrified, broken, and powerless. Every second before his death, a testament to my control." He described how the female accomplice and the 6 others were manipulated over several days, coerced with promises of money, influence, and careful psychological conditioning. "I instructed them how to corner him, how to confuse him, and how to break him slowly. Every shadow, every object, every angle in the room was part of my design. Even the smallest movement had a purpose, to heighten fear, to enforce despair." The actor recounted the moments before Meng's death in disturbing detail. He struggled, reaching for anything he could, screaming, trying to resist, but every escape route was blocked. Every attempt to fight back, every flinch I had anticipated. I could hear his heartbeat, quick and frantic, and it thrilled me. He knew he was trapped, and that realization made every second exquisite. He admitted a deeply personal motive for the crime, rooted in jealousy and obsession. "Years ago, we worked with a colleague. She admired him, not me. He didn't pursue her. He stepped back. I took that as humiliation. Every smile she gave him, every accolade he received, I interpreted as mockery of my own failure. I wanted him to feel my resentment in his final moments, to taste fear the way I had tasted humiliation." The confession turned more grotesque as he detailed the psychological manipulations. "I had them place objects near him to threaten him. I whispered instructions to my pawns, and I made sure the lighting, the shadows, even the way he perceived space would break him. I forced them to use substances to weaken him subtly, to disorient him. Every panic, every tear, every gasp I watched. It was exactly what I intended. Nothing escaped my planning." Witnesses confirmed the disturbing level of precision. The 6 accomplices, under duress, acted as instructed. They moved furniture, obstructed exits, and manipulated the environment to make Meng's final moments as terrifying as possible. "I taught them to make it look like an accident," the actor continued, "but every glance, every subtle fear was deliberate. I orchestrated the entire performance, and he was the unwilling star." According to the actor, Meng's final seconds were a mix of desperation, courage, and terror. He tried to fight. He tried to reach for objects. He screamed. He begged. But every move was countered. He realized too late that those around him, the ones he trusted, were under my control. And in that clarity, in those final moments, he truly understood despair. The courtroom fell into an uneasy silence as the actor continued, revealing the twisted roots of his actions. "It was never just envy," he confessed, his voice eerily calm. "It was obsession. Years ago, I had feelings for a colleague, a woman who admired Meng, not me. He didn't pursue her. He stepped back. I took that as humiliation. Every smile she gave him, every accolade he received, I interpreted as mockery of my own failure. I wanted him to feel my resentment in his final moments, to taste fear the way I had tasted humiliation." The confession turned more grotesque as he detailed the psychological manipulations. "I let it grow, nurtured it. I watched him, studied his routines, his friends, his habits. Every moment he existed, every success he achieved became fuel for my plan. I wanted not only his life, but his mind, his security, his sense of trust shattered. I orchestrated everything, patiently, methodically, until the day I could execute it perfectly." The actor's words sent a fresh wave of horror through the courtroom. For the family of Yu Menglong, the revelations were devastating. His mother, pale and trembling, struggled to contain her grief. "He was my son," she whispered through tears. "He trusted people. He never imagined that someone so close could harbor such hatred. This is beyond heartbreak. It's unthinkable." Friends and relatives of Yu Menglong expressed disbelief and rage. "I knew him as a kind, hard-working person," a longtime friend said. "To learn that a colleague, someone we all respected, planned this with such calculation, it's incomprehensible." Public outrage mirrored the private grief as social media exploded with anger and calls for swift justice. Fans flooded forums, demanding accountability not just for the actor, but for everyone complicit in this orchestrated horror. Authorities confirmed that the actor's plan had been years in the making. The female accomplice and the 6 others were merely instruments, manipulated psychologically and financially, ensuring every detail of the crime would unfold as he desired. He had thought of every possible contingency, an investigator noted. Even the smallest detail, the tiniest variable, was accounted for. It was a crime executed with terrifying precision. Legal experts weighed in on the psychological dimension of the case. What we are seeing here is not impulsive violence. It is cold, calculated malice, rooted in obsession and envy. The ability to manipulate multiple individuals to carry out complex tasks while remaining hidden requires not only intelligence, but a profound absence of empathy. This is textbook predatory behavior at its most extreme. For the family, friends, and fans of Yu Menglong, the confession confirmed their worst fears, that the tragedy was avoidable, that his death had been the result of someone's personal vendetta, and that the world he trusted had turned against him in the most grotesque way imaginable. The actor's chilling admission transformed what had seemed like a senseless tragedy into a case study in human malevolence, obsession, and the devastating power of envy when left unchecked. As news of the actor's arrest and his chilling confession spread, fans of Yu Menglong reacted with a mix of disbelief, grief, and outrage. Social media erupted into a storm of anger. Posts flooded timelines, hashtags demanding justice trended globally, and communities of fans organized virtual vigils and forums to share their heartbreak. "I can't believe someone we trusted could plan this," one fan wrote, voice trembling in an online video. "Yu Menglong brought so much joy to us, and this is how he was repaid." Supporters around the world expressed frustration not only at the horror of the crime, but at the painstaking manipulation involved. He didn't just take Yu's life, he toyed with his mind, his friends, his last moments. "That's unforgivable," another fan commented, echoing the shock that rippled across the public. Fan clubs coordinated candlelight tributes, sending messages of love and remembrance while calling for maximum punishment for everyone involved.